All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Monday. It's December 8th already, 2025. It's 1 o'clock Central Time every Monday. We get together to popularize some important topics. I'm going to show you what I have growing on, but really the show in general today is about everybody. It's about all people, all time. A millennia. I don't know. It's a lot. It's about basically what is it that is the most important thing that we all have in common. Well, everybody's got to eat. So we'll be right back after we play a little intro. What is this one? About 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Oh no, this one's 3:55. We'll be right back, guys. I'm the Indoor Farmer, and this is the Indoor Farmer.
In a cozy corner of the city, where the wildfire's strong and bright, lives a man named Waylon, with his green thumb at his mic. He's not your typical farmer, no fields, no barn, no plow. His farm's indoors, his harvest shared on the airwaves now. Waylon the Indoor Farmer, with his podcast every night. He's sowing seeds of knowledge, making our world a little more bright. From Sunday through to Thursday, his voice is on the line, bringing folks together, making learning so divine. On Sunday, games are rolling, at 5:30 they start. The Indoor Farmers Game Night, where laughter plays a part. Monday brings his story, how he learned to farm and grow. The Indoor Farmer shares his journey, making it a show. With every episode, a chapter of his life, teaching us to live more green, reducing all our strife. Waylon the Indoor Farmer, with his podcast every night. He's sowing seeds of knowledge, making our world a little more bright. From Sunday through to Thursday, his voice is on the line, bringing folks together, making learning so divine. Tuesdays for the reviews of people, places, things. Waylon's got the scoop, from artisans to local wings. Wednesday we grow Wednesday, where the mind expands, discussing food and farming with experts from the lands. He's not just growing plants, but communities as well. Through his microphone he casts a spell. Thursday, people in the boxes, where stories intertwine, with guests from all walks sharing what they've seen. Each podcast is a seed planted in our mind. Waylon's cultivation of culture and of kind. Waylon the Indoor Farmer, with his podcast every night. He's sowing seeds of knowledge, making our world a little more bright. From Sunday through to Thursday, his voice is on the line, bringing folks together, making learning so divine. So if you're feeling lonely or need a touch of green, tune into Waylon's podcast, where the urban farms the scene. He's not just farming indoors, he's harvesting our thoughts. Waylon the Indoor Farmer, connecting all the dots. He's not just growing indoors, he's harvesting our thoughts. Waylon the Indoor Farmer, connecting all the dots. In a cozy corner of the city, where the wildfire's strong and bright, lives a man
Named Waylon the Indoor Farmer. That's me, guys. It's Monday, and this is episode 213. ep213, which is kind of interesting in a sort of abstract way because I used to use that number all the time, which is funny. When I was in basic training for the military, I was in a battalion called with the number 213 on the end. And way back then, is like when I first made like some different emails and other things like that, and I was just using that number all the time. So it's kind of interesting, just to me, not really to you, but hey, it is what it is. And for some of my camera stuck again. Come on back. Come on back. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. You're gonna just make a monkey out of me, aren't you? Little shit. No. Wow. I bet it'll zoom in instead. Come on. Come on. There you go. Jeez. Jeez. Well, what's up, everybody? It is time to go. We've got a bunch of stuff to show you today, and I hope you will hit the like button. I hope you'll follow the channel and all the good stuff. I do appreciate it. We will get the number spin done today. I handed out some numbers already to some of you, so you can check that. And, of course, we'll do a door prize a little bit later. Yeah, this is the Indoor Farmer. Let's get it going, guys. This is actually changed. I changed my YouTube channel name, I believe. Is there? I don't think I have it open right now, but yeah, it's Waylon the Indoor Farmer now. That's the name of the channel. So because there's somebody else with the Indoor Farmer, so I fixed it. You can't take that. You can't take Waylon the Indoor Farmer. Try. Well, don't try. Anyway, we're back, guys. I had a fun little show, or like a little live stream last night, hanging out with y'all. I thought of something else I could add to that little game we were playing last night. It was fun. But we also played a game yesterday, the Indoor Farmer Game Night, all day, GNAD. It was good. It was a fun game, and it was really simple. And but we got to showcase a bunch of community members' decorations. We'll shout them out. Shouts out to Margaret Jett and her housemate, and also Alice. Alice sent in 2 of them, and Miss Sheena sent in 1 as well. We've already got a couple more for next week from Brenda. And I don't know who else. Maybe one more person. I don't think I have it in my head. But if you want to send me more pictures, even the ones that sent them already, feel free to just use a different angle, maybe a closer up picture or whatever. But shouts out, hey Chris in the house. Shouts out to Chris and Brenda and Macy Buds for playing the game. And shouts out to Macy. Macy, she calls it Pukemas for a reason. She's not a huge fan of the Christmas, but she came up to play anyway. And she won a $15 gift code to MasterRochiesGarden.com just for coming up to play. And she won the game, which means that she's allowed to come back next week. I think she's got to work, though, unfortunately. But she's allowed to come back anytime. But she could have come back to defend her title and such. But it was fun. It was What's the Difference Christmas edition. So tune in on Sundays to check that out. Everybody should have their prizes that I could hand out so far. I have a few that I got to mail, so keep that in mind. All right, moving on. Let's go. Got a bunch of pictures to show you. I actually have a little project we're going to do today. We're going to plant a couple of these seedlings that have sprouted. There's only a couple, but we're going to plant them in these nice little biodegradable cups, these little grow cups. I've got some soil that I got straight out of the grow table. It's full of worms, so it's going to be some good stuff. Come here, Sprouty boy. You can come over here. I got some room for you today so far until later. All right, let's pull up these pictures. Actually, I need to pull up some music before I lose my microphone. I don't think everybody has that problem, but for some reason I do. Oh, you know what I meant to do? I meant to make some new music too, but that's okay. I don't know if I can. They want to make you pay for it now, but otherwise it's not protected or something like that. So I kind of left it alone for a while. So I apologize for the loop of the same 8 songs or whatever that is. Anyway, I'm probably the only one that's really annoyed by it. All right, let's go Rumble. Rumble looks like everything's fixed, you guys. Looks like the comments are coming through, and mine works on my side, so they must have done some fixing. I hope the raid works later. Remember, if you want to be dumped into someone else's chat, there is an option to opt out of the raid. When it happens, I'm going to do it at the end of the show, of course. All right, let's pull up the pictures. This one first, maybe? I guess we could do that first. Okay. Looks like it's a double video. That's all right. Not too worried about it. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Let's get it. Let's get it popping. 14 already in on the Rumble. It looks like maybe Rumble's, maybe they've fixed a little bit of their algorithm. Not only that, but I know a lot of people are getting fatigued from all the politics and stuff. So it might be a good time for us to grow over here on the Indoor Farmer. No pun intended, but there was a pun in either way. Well, let's see. Check some comments here. Look at these seedlings. Okay, I got a little closer up video in a minute here. Hey, what's up, Autumn, John, Kayla? We got James in the house. Who else on the Facebook? Kim, hello. Chris, I see a lot of you popping on both sides, but you know what? It looks like Rumble is popping today. Facebook was pretty insane yesterday. It's like that's why we do the multi-streaming. You never know. One will be good one day, and the other will be good another day. Hey, Cullen in the house. What's up, Cullen? Cheers, brother. Cheers. I have not had a toke yet today. I may do that with you guys a little bit later. Okay, that's the same. Is that the same video? I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it is. Okay, my bad. All right, so I found this little bug. I don't know what it is. That was a few days ago. I haven't seen it since. There are some ladybugs in here, but that's definitely not a ladybug. I tried to get it as clear as I could. I don't know, like, if it's too big of a deal. You know what I mean? I expect to see bugs down here, but just not. Like, if I saw like a dozen of them, I'd be like, what's happening? But there's just one, you know. Of course, the leaves are all nasty looking. These pepper leaves are not doing so well, but they are growing some peppers, so we're going to get to that in a minute. Let's see here. So I'm taking a picture. So this week I did a bunch of organizing and rearranging stuff downstairs here, trying to clear things out and trying to make some room and make it a little bit more streamlined, allow me to see wherever all my I buy all this equipment and like little supplies and stuff that I just it just gets piled up somewhere. So I'm trying to organize. And this box here is full of other boxes that I broke down. So I'm just going to throw that. What I'm going to do in the wintertime especially, I'm going to throw this box back in the backyard where I'm trying to build up my yard, and I'm just going to pile it up with snow. And then by the time spring comes, it'll all be sort of broken down a little bit. It won't be that broken down, but it'll be enough that I could just bury it and then, try to... It's not the best idea, especially for compost, but it will help to build my yard up. And it has, actually. Get some pictures this spring, and we'll see how it goes. I'd like to build it up because I have this gully that's, part of that gully is my yard still. So I'd like to start to build up the hill and kind of push the hill further away from my house, if that makes sense. Like make the decline like further away and maybe give myself a few more feet of yard. Would be awesome. That's okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. I took another picture of this actually a little later, but this wooden entertainment center, I made this in high school, you guys. I made this baby in high school. Look at that. It's still going strong. I had to cut it in half though. It's actually cut in half to fit it into my room in high school. But yeah, she's come with me every place I've gone to, and actually I flooded this basement a few times before I figured out how the RO system really is best used. You know what you do? You put the little tube in the bucket and it just trickles out, and you walk away doing something else and you totally forget about it, and then it just starts running out of the bucket all over the floor. Well, it definitely was touching. This entertainment center got wet a few times, but now it's up above it's off the ground just a little bit. So, and the dehumidifiers in there hopefully have killed any kind of mold that might have started on it. But anyway, I'll try to. I'm gonna keep it for my whole life, I guess. I'll probably have to throw it away at some point. All right, I already saw that. So here's like my storage room. I don't know what I'm gonna do with all these jugs, but I have them. I was buying or is that distilled? Yeah, distilled water, and I used a lot of distilled water in the beginning, even though you got to make sure you put in other inputs. Distilled water does not have any minerals in it for the plants. And then I kept these. What was this? I think it's some almond milk when I was trying almond milk out, and I don't know what these are. Maybe bleach or something. But these containers, the white ones, not the clear, not the water ones. These white ones, they have a number on the bottom. Most plastic containers have a number. It's inside a little triangle of like a recycling triangle, and inside of there's certain numbers that you can keep, and then you can mold it into things that you need if you want to. Now, that kind of discounts the entire argument of like plastic not being good for us, right? But at the same time, in a pinch, you can melt it down, you can shape it, you can carve it. I don't know I'll ever do that. I just saved a few of them and was like, okay, maybe one day if I ever need it, kind of thing. You can make a mold out of it somehow. Eventually, when I have an actual homestead, I'm hoping to end up having like a forge of sorts, a place where you can melt down used metals, scrap metals, or even things like this, plastics and woods, and they're not melt down wood, but you know what I mean, like just kind of like a shop where I can do different things with repurposed materials. I think it'd be a cool thing. Burn them. Burn what, James? Got one pepper plant I saved inside. It's got blossoms. Nice. Hey, what's up, Margaret? Putting another platinum Leos babies in soil. Nice. Burn what? The plastic? I'm not going to burn the plastic. Oh, the boxes. Burn the boxes. I could, but I'm not going to sit outside having a fire right now. I just want that the organic material, the wood and the paper, to bury it in my backyard to try to keep build up the soil more. Kayla says I use all my milk jugs for winter sowing seeds. Nice. What's up, Kat? Making water was always the main reason for a flood. Making water was always the main reason for floods. Huh. I'm missing something there. What's up? What's up, Rumblers? Let's go. Let's get it going. Let's see if they gave us anything worth reading yet, because we're gonna try to only read the ones that are worth reading. Here's one for 42 cents. I don't know. We'll leave that alone for now. Forget that for a minute. Anyway, I moved this shelf over here. I got a bunch of stuff. I should have taken the before picture, but I forgot. There's a lot of stuff in here, and I've cleared it mostly out. This is a whole bunch of other repurposed materials that I could use, different foams and cardboard and like wires and pieces of stuff that might be useful. And then there's some actual like supplies in here. I did move this stuff out, but like these are temperature and humidity gauges that I should be using. And then of course we have my drying rack. I kind of created this little space here for drying things, basil or whatever I want to dry. Got a couple of little fans that just literally go all the time. Probably just going to die on me eventually. But yeah, little drying rack area. Pretty cool. And a whole bunch more. I took a later picture of this after I moved some more stuff around, but I've got I don't know what to do with some of the old electronics. Like, it's scrap, right? I wonder if this is what I want to know. Over time, old lights that don't work and fans and all this stuff, do you think it would matter? Do you guys think it would matter if I saved up old scrap electronics that have a lot of metal and then go and trade it in? go to the scrap yard. I don't know if they would even take it, honestly. I got a few lights that are there's a lot of metal. Like this light right here on the floor is mostly metal. It's one of those LED flat, like 1 foot by 1 foot lights. These 2 fans, there's plastic, but there's a bunch of metal. I don't know. I know it's not a lot, but is it better than throwing it away? That's what I kind of want to know. Like, should I hoard things? And if you guys looked back here, I have a water heater. I guess you don't see it right now. It's on the side here. There's an old water heater that is just trash. But I'm also kind of wondering if I should take the tank out of the water heater and I could use it to boil water and create like a steam powered system that I'm trying to work on outside. It'll be like off the side of the garage or something like that. But I want a system where I can take scrap wood and scraps from the yard and burn it underneath a tank and then boil water and then make that water then go up through a tube to a higher point, whatever that is, a big almost like a water tower, but it'd be more like just maybe a 500 gallon stocked, not a stock tank, but some kind of a water tank. A stock tank is for fish, but a big water system would have several hundred gallons of water up high, and then I should be able to open it and have a system for hydroelectricity. And what does that do? That creates a large battery that you could just use rainwater or whatever else that you can get to run into this tank that I'm talking about. And this includes dehumidified water from either the house, also water that comes out of your furnace that's basically dehumidifier or distilled water. Any of that water that's collectible, you put it together in this system, and then it's just a non-stop loop. It's a loop where you burn things whenever you have things to burn. You get the water up high, it just stays there like a battery, and then when you need power, you turn it on. So that's my thought behind the water tank anyway. So I had this bucket here sitting here forever. I used to have something growing in it. I think it was mint. But these are pebbles from an aquarium, and I went ahead and I put them into the grow table. Put them in the grow table. One hand, it was kind of weird. I had to do it better without the camera, but that's okay. I'm just spreading them around a bit and just kind of getting them in the table. Just some more rocks in the soil. Breaks the soil up a little bit, keeps some room for things to grow. Rocks can cause your roots to have to take a turn or change the direction, but I don't think it's that big a deal in this amount of soil. Little old grow cube, dried out grow cubes. All right, yeah, I just have them there. It'll get spread out over time. Me moving things around. Here we go. I went to have some, what did I use this for? An omelet, I think? I was like, I want a green pepper, or green onion, I'm sorry. And then I went and found this bad boy as the biggest one. This volunteer. Somebody said, your hand's not that big. I was like, well, I mean, that's up to you. I don't know. You want to imagine my tiny hands, and maybe this is not as big as you think. I don't know. But the stove, it's a full-size stove. You can take my hand out of it. You can see the whole stove, right? My bad, the boxes. Oh, yeah, no problem, James. I figured it out. Yeah. What's up, Rose? Got to strip the copper, but all metal is money. Yeah, I just don't know if they would take it in that way. I'd probably have to take plastic stuff off of it if I can. Used to haul scrap metal for a living. Oh, nice. A scrapper. Metal scrapper. Oh, I meant to take this out. This is one of the pictures I used for yesterday's game. And there's another one. Moving on. Okay, back to this. I meant to take those out. So here's the aquaponics system today. Not a lot going on. Of course, I take a lot of the water out of this system to put in the grow table. So the water gets, I wouldn't say filtered, but exchanged. Probably a better way to say it. I've got 3 peppers growing right now and a little cocoon here that's from a lemon tree that is sat over here. There is a ladybug in here still too. And look at the difference in the color of this leaf here. It's almost like this leaf is growing like it should, and the rest of them are all, you know, damaged in some way. But they're kind of yellow just like this. So I wonder, maybe, I need to check the water in the system again, because there's a chance that maybe I need to add something to the system, maybe like a, I hate to say cow mag, but you know, it is kind of turning yellow, and it's hard to know, being that it's an aquaponics system and there's fish involved and stuff. So you can't just be like, well, I'll just throw different stuff at it. You got to make sure it's safe for the fish. You got to make sure that it's gonna make sense. So I'm gonna test the water. I do need to get more of the equilibrium that I put in this. I don't think it's in the shot. It's barely in the shot. It's right over here. This little bottle to the left. I need to get some more, so I think I'm going to go down to the fish. I can't remember the name of the shop that I found. I only went there one time, but there's a really, really informative guy that runs this shop. The Fish Geek, I think it's called. The Fish Geek in Peoria. I have to go back there and maybe take some water, because he does do extensive water testing too for your aquariums. A little longer shot here from the compost side of the table. Now that I have room in this room, I got rid of the big shelf and stuff. Got a little purple kohlrabi growing. It's getting pretty good size. I tell you what, I still have a big chunk of kohlrabi from the last one that I harvested in my fridge. And I only, like, I shave off the, how do I put it? I peel it or shave the outside before I go to use it. So there's still a big chunk of it that has the outside shell on it. I don't know if you call it shell or skin, I guess. Yeah, so it lasts a long time, and I threw a chunk in my son's lunch this morning. He likes it. It's kind of like it's kind of bitter, you know, but he likes that kind of change in the flavor versus like fruit. He likes that for some reason. I mean, it's good. I like it too, but he likes to just eat it raw. I put it in stuff. And here we go, broccoli, just broccoli again. Almost every week I got to trim this back down. I might just have to take out a couple of these and just have one that keeps growing back. It grows back fast enough that I don't really have time to eat it all, or don't have a reason to eat it all. So I think just one might be fine. And I'm hoping to add some more stuff in there today with these seeds. Check this out. I don't know about you guys, if anybody's paid attention, but I've had this mint plant for, I don't know, 2 years now. It's been a long time now. And for a long time, it was starting to look less and less healthy, and it was like the mint leaves themselves were getting smaller. But now, I mean, this is pretty big. Like, these look pretty vibrant now. Kind of came back. I think I was giving it more water this week than usual. I don't see any flowers right now. The mint was trying to flower, and you see how it's kind of, there's some like burnt tips on this over here. That's how it was starting to look. But then now something happened, and it just went, oh, hey, woke back up. Maybe started another offshoot or something. I don't know. But yeah, minty fresh. James says I left plastic. I left on lowers price different grades, like number 2 or lower price. Number 1 is top dollar, but it's going to be clean, no screws or plastic, etc. I see. You get more money that way. Hey Joe, what's up, man? WTIF, old farts. Hey, we came up with a new one last night though. Bros of WTIF. That's pretty good. Hashtag bros, or maybe, I don't know. Is it better to say hashtag WTIF bros? Or is it bros of WTIF? I don't know. Those green onions are growing good. A lot of them die off, but they just keep growing too. There's another smaller kohlrabi, and then even smaller, and then even smaller. There's a third one here. That one's even smaller. It hasn't started yet. Hasn't started making a sphere. I watered the table today. I put a lot of water in there, actually. Almost too much. I walked away and forgot. My aquarium started getting real low. Oh no. Yeah, these green onions are probably the thing I eat the most down here. But almost anything you put green onions in, you can also chop off a few leaves of either kohlrabi or radish or broccoli. All three of these things that I'm growing are also microgreens, except for the green onions. I don't think you can eat green onions. Well, maybe. It just wouldn't make any sense to eat them at a small size. It's not any different. Oh, hey, we have a gremlin sighting right here. Gremlin looking at the lemon tree. Mr. If I say his name, he might look at me over here. Mr. Sprouty Boy. Nope. His ear twitched, but he's laying down over there. See if I can I do this thumb thing? Yeah, there we go. Sprouty Boy. I thought he was going to jump. He didn't jump. He moved. Hey, Bubba. I'm taking a little naparoo over here. He's got his own little mat to lay on. All right. Got a ladybug in the house. I don't know how. It just kind of came out of nowhere. Hanging out over here with the cocoon. Check this out. This is... Why? I look at my camera and it starts blinking at me. I didn't do anything. This is the space that I was talking about last week. This is where I'm thinking I'm going to build my next system. It's not a huge space, but what I might do is I might put the aquariums under the grow table on the left. I got to be careful though, because you got to still be able to access the aquariums. You can't just cover them up and then not be able to get to them, just in case things happen, like fish die or something like that. James says, I'm stressing my lemon tree out in the cold. Oh, no. Nice. Its leaves were dropping in the cold this morning. Oh, no. Mine's getting stressed. I don't water it a lot, so hope she needs some. Hope she's thirsty soon. I'll give her some water. Anyway, this aquarium here is the next bigger one that I have, and I'm like, well, how can I could put the aquariums underneath. Oh, you guys aren't seeing this right now. Hold on, my bad. Let me switch it to this. Because this is where I have to just make some decisions and designs, I guess. I have these black bins, kind of like there's one in the grow table. I got a bunch of these black bins, and I thought, what if I put them side by side on like a wooden bench that I can make, and then I could, I don't know, put a tube from one to the next, to where the water, goes across. But that part's going to take a little bit of time, a little bit of glue, maybe some caulking. I don't know the best idea for that. Just put a hose through each one and have the same hose feed water into each one. I don't know. It's going to have to be. It's probably going to have more pumping than I had last time, more pumps, because the system that I have going right now is a gravity feed system. It takes one pump, pumps the water from the low end, and then goes through all the way through the system, and then gravity back into the aquarium. So it might need 2 or maybe even 3 pumps. So I pump from one aquarium to the next, and from that aquarium through the system. We needed to go back to the first aquarium, and if I have these aquariums separated under the table, it's probably going to require another pump to get back to the aquariums. So it's a work in progress, evolving plan here. I want it to be simpler than what I have now, and then definitely I want it to be more sturdy and make more sense as far as utilizing every part of the system. Because right now I have 3 methods of growing in this system I have now. You have a grow medium, which is clay pebbles. You have a water bed or open water bed, which is just water in the back, or the higher up trough. And then there's a third system, which is the PVC pipe has holes in it all the way along the pipe. And those holes are another way of putting grow cups in the holes. And certain plants like that water to flow over the roots, actually flow through and just keep flowing. Other plants like to just be sitting in water. And then there are other plants that like to have some kind of a soil or a medium to root into. So different methods, but the problem is the thing is too high up in the air. So if I was to put these aquariums in a separate spot, I could make the plants, I could grow the plants at a lower point. I need to take that into consideration this time. I'm gonna have to tear apart the old system for some of the equipment, for some of the materials. That is probably true. I was hoping to build it over here and not have to take apart the first system, but I'm probably gonna have to take it apart. That sucks. Well, let's go back to this because I know that the screen gets fuzzy sometimes and I don't know how to fix that. Let's see what y'all are saying on the Rumble. Bulwark connectors. Sounds good, Chris. It'll be better for leaks. Chris says, I'll get one of those plastic connectors. They have a name of the Bulwark connectors. You insert one end on the inside, one end on the outside. You screw it together and put a rubber washer in. Okay. Yeah, something like that, Chris, because they can be fully touching and connected. Here we go, the last bit of equilibrium, which gives the trace minerals into the aquarium. I use RO water, so the reverse osmosis water does not have minerals in it. So I got to add something in there. It needs other stuff. I did put a long time ago. I put some pennies in there and some nails. I put a couple of nails in the aquarium. Get some iron and some copper into it. There's a ladybug just chilling. There's a few flyers that it looks like it's eating some gnats or something. I haven't really seen any flying around, but there's definitely some when I looked at the ladybug closely. See that? There's like 2 or 3 inches between the water and where it should be. So I had to turn the water on. 25 new babies growing. Oh, nice. Colin says, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Okay. Hell yeah. Thank you, bro. I'm trying to think it out and to plan things out before I start to make a move. Problem is, sometimes you just got to make a move and adjust on the fly. Like you can't the best laid plans can fall through. So I have to kind of have secondary thoughts. Now I'm looking at the ceiling because I don't see a single stud in that area. The only stud that I see is the one that I'm pointing at there, and I need more light over here in the corner. I've talked about this a few times, but I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do there. Somebody said I could take the stud that's already here, and I could screw a board into the stud and have the board go long ways across the area I need it to. The problem is that there's nothing. Maybe there's a stud at the edge of the wall or edge of the ceiling that I could maybe drill it into. I don't know. It's a bit of a conundrum, that's for sure. Here's a little spot that needs some more organization. Oh, you know what? I forgot to take my inhaler. It's in my pocket right here. Let's take a little drink. Guys, we got 20 minutes before we're going to get into the number post. So if you haven't gotten yourself a number yet, feel free to do so. I almost said cheers before I hit the inhaler. blowing it out like that. Like I think there's going to be smoke coming with it. Anyway, I have this space under the stairs and a couple of just old used card tables. If I can clear this away, organize it a bit, I could do a bunch of different things in this space. This could be a good spot for like a soil and mixing and stuff like that. Um, but either way, that the indoors kind of sucks to do the soil mixing, so I do it inside, but very like minimal as much as I can. Now I have a bunch of equipment here that I can use. Like these are my containers for microgreens. So today we're going to show you guys. In fact, I'll even tease it for a second. We have a picture of my labeling that I want to mess around with maybe at the end of the show. Some things here I don't know what to put, like ingredients and directions for use. I can change what they even say. But for the most part, this is my labeling. This barcode doesn't mean anything to me. But yeah, I'm hoping to start using that in January. I'm going to give myself through the holidays because the wallet be strapped these days. So I'm gonna, after the holidays, I'm going to get going with the LLC with the sample packages, microgreens. I wanted to show you guys. Okay, well, a couple things. First, there's this little pump here it's a tiny pump for a system that's almost like a bucket system. I forget what it's called, but I have a bunch of equipment that I need to find ways to use. Here's the thing here that I would like to sell. I've had it for years and never once used it, but it does work. It's a Jaeger machine. Keeps it cold and stuff. There's some plastic tubing on the inside that needs to be replaced, but that's like because it's been sitting there for so long, But otherwise, it works. It was that's a $350 machine. I think I got it for $75. But yeah, I'm not shipping it. If anybody wants it locally, come and get it. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, this is I wanted to show you the space because I know I can do something with this space. Right now I'm just shoving stuff in there and to get out of my way. Definitely need to do something with it though. The label looks official. Thanks, Colin. That's what I was. I'm procrastinative, but I wanted to make sure I liked it before I move forward. Cheers, Chance. Some banana jealousy. Okay. So that shelf unit there, I think I'm going to put all my nutrients on the shelf, and then there's a bunch more repurposed materials and stuff, old scrap materials. See, I moved some things around from that first picture. But the black shelving in here is going to be for equipment like this that I'm about to put over there. Look at that, all this cardboard and paper towel rolls and stuff, or whatever I might need it for. A bunch of scrap wood. And then this table, I think, I haven't decided yet. Either, not table, but this rack here will be either nutrients or supplies. And then the other rack that we saw a little bit ago will be the whatever I don't decide to use on the first. So I'm gonna separate out because I have a ton of old nutrients. Some of it might not even be any good. Let me go back to So this is just kind of a general shelf. It's not even that sturdy. The shelf itself is fine, but that whole wall, I could just shake it. It's just a temporary building. It's not even a real room that we're inside of. But yeah, lots of old stuff, different things, some Epsom salts. I got Frog Hopper grows in here. I've got my just different materials, different cleaning materials, some Gorilla Glue. I need to organize it up a little bit. I've got a whole thing of peanut butter down here. It's not good peanut butter. It's just peanut butter in case I get a mouse problem again, and in which I can start loading some traps up with the peanut butter. And here is a little update on the microgreen room, if you will. I've got this greenhouse over here, which is like a tiny little greenhouse rack. I haven't decided what to do with that yet. I don't know why I bought it. And of course I got 3 racks that I can fill with microgreens. So I have the space and I have most of the equipment needed. What I do need, I need to pay for the LLC. I need to get my insurance back up to date for the business, because you don't want to be selling food unless you're insured, because somebody can get sick pretty easily. And I need to the label. Need to finish the label. It's almost done. Need to start printing out the label to see how big I can, or what size I need for it. And then I need to do a couple of test runs where I see what it looks like, because it doesn't sound like it's going to look professional when I just put tape over the label to tape it onto the container. But at the same time, it doesn't need to be that fancy. It's a little container of microgreens. So I'm just going to use tape to begin with, but I got to figure out how small to make the label. Here's my bigger dehumidifier. I might shut them off. I have two dehumidifiers. They're both set to around 60 or 55 even, so that they don't allow enough moisture, enough humidity in the basement to let mold grow. That's the reason I have it set like that. But in the wintertime, your humidity levels are very low. The heater's running a lot more, the furnace, I should say. And so I might just shut those two off, shut them off, and maybe put a gauge, a temperature gauge or a humidity gauge. I mean, they're the same thing, temperature, humidity gauge. Put it out here, like in the center of the basement somewhere, or maybe even I have a couple, so I could spread them out. And that way, I could just check them every now and then, and if I need to turn them up, I can. But most people will have to run humidity or humidifiers instead of dehumidifiers in the wintertime. And I haven't had to do that, but I could probably benefit from a humidifier in the room that I'm standing in with my aquaponics, with the grow table. I hesitate though, because I also have my computer in here and other electronics, and I don't know how humid. So I should digress, because the main issue is that I don't have a gauge. I don't have I have one. I just haven't turned it on and used it in this room. That's what I need to do. I need to find out what my humidity levels are. I run one at night. Does anybody else run a humidifier while you're sleeping? I don't notice a difference. I just know that it's making a difference. I just know that it's better for me. That's a little more zoomed out. Okay. All right, here's a better picture of this cherry oak. Oh yeah, I used to love me some cherry oak, you guys. Any project that I started with in woodshop was cherry oak almost through the entire high school career. Now you can see a little line right here and a little line right here where the entire thing had to be cut in half. I used to know things. I used to play with wood. Look at this. Look at this cool molding on the top. That's a beast. I made this in high school specifically to fit my TV, which was 13 inches. Okay? So next time your kid is like, "Oh, I need a big screen for my room," you just tell them, "When I was a kid, I had a 13-inch TV," and it fit in this spot right here. Isn't that funny? It fit right in there. Bubbly looking 13-inch TV, baby. Woo! Yeah, I've had this thing for 20 years now. It's a beast. It's a beast. That brings me back, I tell you what. Hey, Diane. Whoa, bought 600-pound hog into the butcher. Or you brought the 600-pound hog into the butcher this morning, Joe? Live weight, 600 pounds. Wow. Yeah, once they drain it, you've got, I don't know how many pounds of blood, but yeah, interesting. How long did you have it? Its whole life? Howdy, Joe. Make sure I'm not missing any good comments here. Okay, back to the Rumble. If you don't already have one, you should get a transfer phone to transfer large things of water. A transfer phone? Right back, have a phone call. Okay, that's really awesome. I'm excited for you. Thanks, Kayla. Which part were you excited for? Remember, there's a good 30-second delay. So, I took a picture of the bull's blood beats. They don't seem to be the beats. The beats aren't going strong. I guess it's not very big beats. I haven't chopped any off any time recently, but I do like these leaves. I like to chop them and put them in like a salad or a soup or whatever. Okay. Here we are. I wasn't, I thought about not having a smoke, but I feel like I should with you guys at least one time. We'll stop at about the hour mark for number spin. Make sure you guys are intaking some vitamin C and some things that maybe preemptively will help you if you get a cold. I saw a nurse complaining on Facebook about how people call it catching a cold when the cold air, the cold outside is not what gets you sick. But I mean, what else would you call it? Catching a warm because you go outside, come inside, go outside, come inside. Catching a temperature difference. You're catching a temperature change. Be careful. Your temperature's catching a change. All right, we gotta get some gloves on. We're gonna do this right. I got some soil here ready to go. Hey, but just a little side thought. I have this note here that I wrote myself last night because I got let's just say it was a good nightcap like live stream I was on. So I'm not, well, you know what? I was going to tell you guys about this, but I'm going to wait until I do it again. It'll be better. It'll be more fun. So here we go. I'm watering the table. I do pull pull the hose out and actually spread it around like I'm doing now. I don't have to though because I can just stick it in the spot where it stays, and then I can just let the water spread out around the table. But I don't know. I don't know which way is better, not necessarily, because this is kind of the first time I've had a grow table like this. There's no drain or anything, so I'm just kind of spreading some water out, giving it some water in the areas that there are no plants even for the worms, the arthropods. They got to have some moisture as well. We're here now, Kim? Hell yeah. Well, thanks for popping back and forth. Beets need boron or boron. I was just reading about them for my spring garden. Boron, huh? Is there a natural form of boron? I've heard the name, but I can't think of ways to get it other than maybe a concentrated boron that you can buy. I need a number, please. Well, Kim, I will be checking that before I do the spin and passing any new ones out if anybody's gotten on there. I gave out a bunch already, like 10 or more. I'll be checking it again, I promise. I don't spin it until I check it again. And you guys have to understand, like, I'm doing that not just to give back to you, but I do it live during the show so that I can show these people that might be watching. They might have entertained themselves watching my show, any of the shows. They might have found themselves informed, might have found themselves motivated or inspired by watching me, but just never decided to subscribe or join the community. That's why we do it live, and that's why I do the number post. It's just so that we can pull it up on screen, show you what you're missing out on, and show you how to get in on it. That's what the deal is. Okay, so we got a couple things. So it looks like this one was ripped off when I lifted the paper towel up. Like the green or the sprout part was ripped away from the seed. There is one more there, and then there's one over there. I don't remember which plant is which, but I think the white one is tomatoes, the white seed. These bigger seeds are all fruit trees, and they are not germinating still. I did take pictures of the 3 cups that I have here that I have the same seeds soaking in. They're the big ones here. This one, and this one. Apple, oranges, and cherries. I'm starting to recognize the seeds now. That's good. That's good news. Oh, did I not download those? Okay, give me a second here. I took pictures of each cup too that had a seed inside of it. Yeah, after a week now, almost 2 or maybe 2 weeks, only had a couple things germinating in the wet paper towel. It's kind of crazy. Maybe I put too much water in there. Maybe it didn't have enough airflow. I don't know. I don't know. All right, I'll download those. Maybe we'll pull them up later. Oh, there they are. Already pulled up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Can I do this? Whoa. Well, that's kind of blows my mind that I don't have to extract the pictures to just pull them up for you guys. I should be leaving them all extracted, and that would save a lot more room on my computer. So there's the orange, and it looks like maybe some mold or something starting in there. The orange seeds. Here is the cherries. Nothing again. And here are the apple. Again, nothing. And I had them covered the whole time too. Okay. I had them covered the whole time, so I don't know what to make of it. I've done this before and had a lot more germination, so I don't know. And now I guess okay. So the first week I kept having to put water on the paper towel because I had it exposed. I had it outside of this bag that I found, and nothing was happening. But then the second week I had it inside the bag, more of a greenhouse effect going on. So maybe after I take a few that did germinate, plant them, get them out of here, and just keep it going. Just keep it sitting in there. It's maybe a little wetter than it should be, but I also sprayed some peroxide onto it today to make sure that. Actually, maybe I need to get some more. Yeah, there's a couple here that need to be. I need to get some more peroxide and spray this for sure. I thought I had peroxide in the little sprayer bottle that I was using. That could be not true. Okay, let's move on to the next segment, which is the number post. Refresh. Here we go. Number post. Make sure you smash that like button, share it out with some friends. Let's get it popping for the second half of the show. We got Joe and Kim. Kim, you're going to be number 12. Number 12. Let's go. And Joe Orzel, number 13. Lucky number 13 on episode 213. Cool. Cool. All right. Boom. Kaboom. And we give 2 number 1s because whoever comments first gets 2 spots on the wheel. Oh yeah, dancing bananas all day on the Rumble. Let's go. Hey, what's up, Ted? 75 covered with plastic bag. Heat mat would help too, Kyle, you think? Yeah, I mean, it would, but it's also not that cold in here. I do have a heat mat that I haven't gotten to using yet. That's a good idea, actually. Forgot I had it. Let's see. I just need some time, Kyle. You think 2 weeks isn't enough? I mean, some of the fruit trees might take longer. But I have basil, spinach, and miniature tomatoes on here. Those you think would have gone already, but maybe not. How cold is your germination area? Well, it's where I am right now, Ted. and this is one of the warmest rooms of the house with the grow lights, and and the grow lights are on at night, so it should distribute the heat better that way. But to all of your points, I'm sure it gets a little chilly in here sometimes anyway. I keep my heat at around 68 most of the time. I think it's at 70 right now. It's probably chilly this morning. But yeah, that can fluctuate. So I think the heat mat would be a good answer. I'm going to write it down, heat mat. I have one. I wanted to get, what I want to do is a little test, a little side by side between the same seeds in two different trays, one on the heat mat, one not. I got the heat mat for microgreen trays because I thought it'd be good for the microgreen trays, which it might, but I didn't think about it with this little germination like this. But time might be the answer. It might just leave them. I do need to make sure that they don't mold, though. There's a little fuzziness on some of them. Need to get some peroxide. You stay over there, dude. I'm about to spin this. We're about to spin this. Let's see what y'all are saying now. I don't know, 2 weeks is a long time. That's what I thought, Kyle. That's what I thought. Although you got to remember, the first week I kept having to add more water because it was just dried out. It was open, didn't have a plastic bag around it, and the fan that's blowing around in here just dried it right out. So it could have been just could have almost been useless for that first week. Let's do this. Okay. Good luck, everybody. So, if you haven't smashed the like button, I do appreciate it. Share this with friends. This is probably this show is not as popular as the game, right? But this is my main show. This is the show that I think needs to be popular. It's not. I didn't start this show because I thought, oh, this will be popular. I thought this needs to be popular. Not my plants, not me specifically, but the idea that everybody has to eat, the idea that anybody can grow. You don't have to be a sweet little gardener that's is just a wonderful person, never says any cuss words and goes to church and is just a wonderful part of society. You can be anybody and you can get into this because it's important. You might not think it's cool. You might think it's cooler to grow cannabis, but you're still eating. You still got to eat, regardless. So there's no reason at all not to get into this. Granted, I may not be the most entertaining all the time, but once I may get a co-host again. When Sir Steve-O and I used to have guests on, and we'd have musicians on and all that kind of stuff, I just kind of got sick of trying to get guests on because a lot of them would cancel or forget or this and that, just problems. So I started to break it back down to the basic show, basically what I wanted to do in the beginning. And I'll add those other things later because I like the late night kind of aspect that we were doing. That was the idea. Make it fun for adults because adults need this. Adults are the ones that need to talk about this stuff. I'd love to get mini celebrities on that have gardens and grows and stuff like that. I have plans. We'll get back to it one day. But I can always fall back on my own content, which is me pushing myself to grow more in order to show more, in order to show you guys more. The more I can put myself out there to grow and to start new projects and all this stuff, it's more content for you, and it's a big circle of motivation. Alice Martin, our first winner this week. Congrats, Alice. Cool. All right, for the next segment, we're going to come over here. Let me refresh and see if anybody else is. Let's see, time to prepare greenhouse for winter planting. That's what's up. Added leaf mold and horse manure plus some clay. John Island soil is pure sand. Very cool. I want me one of these. Winter planting. Must have some kind of heat going through there. I'd like to dig a deeper sort of hoop house outside that's kind of a few feet underground or down. Very cool. From George on Garden Savvy. This is the Garden Savvy segment We're going to post today's thumbnail. Can you chill back up here for a little bit, dude? You stay there for a minute. Lay down. Lay down. Thank you. Just lay down. Lay down. Yeah. Lay down. Thank you. Stay there. Good boy. Stay. Okay. It's Monday again. Let's see. How are the garden savviers? A lot of them aren't here because it's wintertime. How about wintertime garden savviers doing? Stop by the show sometime if you want to see some greenery. If you want to see some greenery. In the winter time. Every Monday at 1. I know John will hit the like button, the guy that owns the site. He's pretty cool. I should make a post sometime just asking if he wants to come on the show. That'd be fun. I'm the only one that reacted to that. Poor guy. John liked this one. Let's see. John and Kayla gave me the strawberry heart eyes. Anyway, Garden Savvy is a social media sort of informative, informational site for gardening and growing, and they do include cannabis. Per my request, when I first talked to them about this deal, I said, you know, if you want to make this popular in the new, I guess, cannabis industry and the growers and stuff, you got to add that into the Hortisketch, because the garden Hortisketch is something that's on this website as well. You get access to the Hortisketch, which allows you to map out your whole garden. And what I might do, I don't know if I talked about it already, but I'm actually thinking of creating a new design and starting from scratch and doing just like maybe a 5 or 10 minute segment every week in order to learn, because I don't know enough about the Hortisketch to work it properly. Click here to find high quality seeds and gardening. Okay, so you can use this to buy seeds. Interesting. Share your design. Looks like they've updated some of this here. New test garden. That's what it's called, new test garden. Okay. Really? You can zoom out like this. Okay. Okay, there we go. I can. No. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong here. That's okay. I need to figure it out. Maybe get started on my own without not live. But I've messed around with it before, and I can't remember any of the controls. It's not as intuitive as I might like. Like, for instance, I can't pick these up, whatever this other plant is that I put down. It's not that. Go. Go on. I zoom in farther maybe and get a hold of it. Yeah, you can't right click. I don't know what to do there. I need to start a new one, I think. Can I delete this? We delete this. Maybe this here. There's a dashboard. Okay. I don't need the dashboard. Garden manager. All right. Well, maybe my password isn't. It says I'm logged in, so I don't know. There we go. Community worked. Hortisketch. Garden Hortisketch. Now there's no way for me to reset this. Settings, redo, about undo. Settings. Oh, no. This doesn't just do anything. Delete. Wow. It's a lot of different options, but I don't know what I'm doing. Do settings. Nope. Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants to mess with this and tell me about it, it'd be great. How about new? Dirt, grass, desert, or blank. Feet, yards, or meters. You make this dimension size. You can title the new one. Test number 2. And let's get started. So here's a blank canvas. I don't know why it's still doing this, because unclick it maybe, or there we go. Okay, so I can use this to move around now. Zoom out a little bit. Let me just pick an artichoke here. Let me take this artichoke. Just put it in the middle. Your planting mode 2025. This means artichoke you are trying to plant will be set with a planting date of January 2025. If you're trying to plan ahead for 2026, please change the year to 2026. Okay. Where do I do that? Here we go. 2026. Okay, so we got the artichoke. Can I do this? Do this kind of thing and cut things out like that. And the undo works. Okay. So the undo would be the best thing to use to take stuff back. I think it didn't work previously because I had that one open for a while and I came back to it. So maybe it just didn't. The undo wouldn't work. It wasn't a fresh undo, I guess, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's enough for it. But you do also get access to the Garden AI, which is in here somewhere. Garden AI. Let's ask it, how much light does broccoli, is 2 C's or 2 L's? 2 C's. Broccoli need to produce food but not turn into seed. Let's see. This is what we were talking about earlier, Cullen. Let's see what it says. Let's see if it's got any actual information. Broccoli is a cool season vegetable that thrives with a good amount of light to produce healthy heads. Here are some tips to ensure your broccoli plants get just the right amount of light. Sunlight requirements: broccoli requires about 6 to 8 hours. That's less than half of what I've been giving it. This amount of sunlight helps the plant photosynthesize efficiently and promotes healthy growth. Temperature considerations: while it needs plenty of light, broccoli also prefers cooler temperatures. High heat and prolonged exposure to intense sunlight can encourage the plant to bolt, right, which is what I've been doing. To prevent bolting, aim to plant broccoli in a spot where it can receive morning sun and afternoon shade if your area experiences warm temperatures. Season timing. Plant broccoli in early spring or late summer for a fall harvest. This timing allows the plant to mature during colder weather, reducing the chances of bolting. Shade cloth. Okay. Yeah, that's informative. Basically what I was thinking, and now I've got a room full of plants that all require different amounts of light. So here's what I need to do. I need another grow setup in a different room. So that I can change the light cycle just for things that create seed like that. Or I just don't grow things inside that require more than 8 to 10 hours of light. Because right now my lights are on 18 hours, kind of like vegging and cannabis veg. I thought, well, this should work for other veg. Nope, that is not the case. So I need to adjust that. Problem is I have peppers and a pineapple growing in here, and I think those probably both would like more light, not less. In fact, why don't we ask? I'll get to some comments here in a minute, guys. Sorry, I'm off on a tangent at the moment. I do need to plant some seedlings as well. How much light does a pineapple? See, dude, we have been overworking our indoor veggie. That's what I'm saying. What kind of game are you trying to play? I don't know. You pick, John. Have a good day. Thanks, Ted. Appreciate you coming in. I'm sorry it was out of the room. That's okay. Let's see what it says here. Pineapple are tropical plants that thrive in warm, sunny environments. Here's how to ensure your pineapple gets the light it needs to grow healthy and sweet. Full sun. Pineapples require a lot of sunlight, ideally about 6 to 8 hours. That's still not that much. If you're growing them indoors, place them near a south-facing window or use grow lights to provide adequate light. Temperature. These plants prefer warm temperatures between 65 and 95. Pineapples can tolerate some shade but will grow best with plenty of sun exposure. Huh. Okay, well now I need to know about sweet peppers. How much light do sweet peppers need? Because if that needs less light as well, then that means I don't have to move anything into any of the rooms. I, for some reason, thought that peppers would need more. But I also, I like growing the peppers because you actually get something out, you pick something off, and it's a thing, versus like leaves or greens from something, Let's see. Full sun. Sweet peppers require 6 to 8 hours again. And this says direct sun, so your plants do get something from the indirect sun or even in the shade versus a completely dark room inside. So there is a slight difference there, but I don't know if it matters. I think if you just give them that direct sunlight hour, like 8 hours, even 10 hours, would be an improvement over what I'm giving them now. They're probably all just getting too much light. In addition to sunlight, peppers thrive in warm conditions, ideally between 70 to 85 degrees. Indoor growing. If you're growing sweet peppers indoors, place them near a bright window that gets plenty of direct sunlight, or use grow lights. Well, okay, yeah, it's either way. Huh. Finally did some research and learned something that I've been doing wrong for like a year or more. 2 years. Shit. Wow, you guys, it's time to germinate, but we'll now I got to remember that. I got to change the light cycle. Because right now they turn on at 7 p.m. and they turn off at 1 p.m. the next day. So that is way too much light. and it should save my electricity bill a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm excited. It's actually good news. It's good news. It's you can think of the past and say, "Oh, it sucks all those months that I was doing it wrong," but you can also think of it going forward and say, "Ah, I learned something new. Good. It's a great development. Moving forward, I'm going to change my way." So it can be a good thing. It's a good thing. It is a good thing, but it also is somewhat disappointing. What's up, Alan? Alan probably could have told me this already, but I just didn't. I just do things and eventually research it. Some lights are too strong. That's true, Chris. But you think my grow table wouldn't be a problem because the light is spread out amongst all the different plants, but it still could be too strong. I do have a dial. I could turn it down a little bit. Lighting a little yellow. That's Alice. Have a great day. Hell yeah. All right. All right. Let's see. Sprout, you have to go over here, bub. Come on. You want to go? You want to get down? Okay. There you go. Okay. I think we have at least 2, maybe 3. I'm gonna put that little piece that looks like it came off of the seed. I'm gonna still put that in the soil. We've got. Oh, is that really just one long one? Wow. Okay. Well, that should work. What are you doing over there? Go. Eating spiders or something? Actually, let's just bring this over here for a minute. I'm gonna give him a little poke. Get the seedling down in there. Okay. I hope everybody has a little, a little house plant or something. If you're not growing cannabis or fruit or food inside, get yourself something. You need a little bit of greenery in the wintertime. I think I've kind of come to think that was a pretty important thing through the wintertime. All right, so we are going to take this bad boy. It's a tomato plant, and down in here, and there we go. That should be good enough. Cool. The soil's already been moistened by the aquarium. It's hard to grab, but I think I'll be okay. See what happens there. I had to bury that one all the way. These are it's not the spinach. This must be the basil. One more cup. I could put them right into, the system or whatever, but I'm just going to try and get them to grow separately first. Don't need that much soil. Don't need to fill it up all the way yet, but I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll see. one of the three is actually sticking up with its little tiny leaves exposed. I don't think it's too big of a deal because the rest are pretty tiny still, so they should still sprout, but we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Is that another one? I think I see one more here. Yeah, a couple more actually. Good. Tomatoes are sprouting pretty good. Oh, that's what I wanted. I wanted some more tomatoes in here. Thanks to Cullen, he gave me some miniature tomatoes, and I didn't realize that I could take them off the vine or off the plant and make it keep producing. I took them all at once and wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, go. There we go, and there we go. Boom. Oh, there's a worm in here from the table. I'm sorry, Mr. Wormy. Here, cover yourself up. It's a tiny worm. It was like a baby worm that I found in there. Okay, we got one more that I can see off the top of my head. It's not on the top of my head, but I can see it off the top of my head. Isn't that weird? Okay. Well, that's two more. Okay. I'm just going to put them together. They're kind of stuck together anyway. Just put them both in there. Hopefully they both grow, but if not, maybe one of them. These fruit tree seeds, they look like they want to do something, but they're not doing anything. Probably going to take a while longer for those. The spinach isn't growing yet. And the apple tree seeds. Basil is very tiny and sticky. Okay, I'll just leave that there, and we'll see what happens for next time. Cool. Yeah, a heating pad probably would do some more good. Probably help better than that. We got 5. I don't know if they'll all keep going, but potentially 5. All right, cool. Let's get some people on a door prize wheel. Do this now. Close it. Actually, close it. Should be enough air in there. You think I should cover the cups, anybody? Should I cover them up? I don't think I'm too worried about it. Alright guys, let me check on some comments and see who wants to be on the door prize. I think just about everything but cannabis is good with less than 18. Yeah, that's what I'm finding out now. Yes, that's pretty messed up. And save on water uptake, that's true. Yeah, yep. Kayla, I'm listening while I made chili. Ooh, that sounds good, Alice. I want some chili or some soup or something. That sounds really good. I've been eating it a lot, but I still like it. Want more soup. All right, here we go. I see Kayla on the Rumble, Alice. We got Diane. Who else here? Who else? We got Diane on the Facebook. We got Kayla on the Facebook. Cullen is here. Let's see. Who else is here? Who else is here who respects me? I mean, I see John Doe is here, but who else is here who respects me? Who else is on the Rumble? We got 9 Rumblers, 8 Facebookers. We got a person watching on Twitch and 2 people on YouTube. And let's see, somebody came in on the X as well. X is weird. Sometimes I'll get some people there, sometimes not. Let's go over to Kick real quick and see what's going on. Kick real quick. Creator dashboard. And boom. 157. Oh, my follower count went down. Or maybe it didn't. I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. Let's see, lifetime top gifters. John Rando. Twisted Cannabis. I don't know what this is. Farmer, would you like... Just a bunch of spam on Kick. Would you like more viewers? I will help you. Alice, I'm going to throw you in on the YouTube. And Chris on the Rumble. Who else? Alice on the Facebook. John, I guess we'll put you on there, John. Anytime you win, you don't end up picking up your prize, though, so I don't know why I'm putting you on there. Colin, I got you. Who else? Anybody else want to be on the list? Diane's on both sides. You can go to YouTube if you want to get an extra spot. Trying to work on the YouTube. I need 500 followers on YouTube before I can. Or actually, no. It required a whole bunch of things for monetization that I don't think I'll ever get. It said like 3 million views or something like that. I don't know when I'll get there. And I'll take a little toke here with you guys before I spin. Give you some time. Tag a friend in here maybe that wants to get in the door prize. Hashtag bros of WTIF. Where you at? Joe Orzel, are you still here? If you're still here, tell me. No, go on. I didn't know you were still down here sniffing the corner. On Facebook, all right, Chris, we got you on both sides. Chris P. He's not extra crispy today, just Chris P. Joe. Nope. No Joe. Alice, did I get you on Facebook, Rumble? 1, 2. You get one more. Well, you went to Facebook, didn't you? Yeah. So you got 3 spots. Cheers, Alice. Okay, I think that's everybody that wants it. Alright, where's my Litro? Alright. Cheers, everybody. Nice. Tomorrow's show is going to be big. I've got 3 different events that I've gotten footage from, but I think I'm going to have to spread them out because they're all fairly big. So tomorrow is going to be the recap of the Christmas in the Village. Should have called it recap. The Indoor Farmer recaps. Either way, it's fine. It works. Oh, Kim. Okay, I got you. Remember, you can go over to Rumble and do the same thing. Make sure, hopefully, you guys all hit the like buttons and such, all that good stuff. Your banana might be sick, Chris. What? My banana don't dance. It just gives me a non-dancing banana. Well, yeah, your banana might be sick. Alice, you might have it right. Kim, let me know if you're heading over to the Rumble. I know you were over there at some point, weren't you? I asked for that last minute back and forth because it helps. One more little push in the algorithm before we get out of here is kind of the idea. One more little boost in the from the chat from you guys. Cheers, everybody. All right. Who's with me to go watch a little Kill Tony after this? I think I'm gonna head over there for a little while. Chris, your banana is not dancing because that's not a Rumble banana. That's a banana from your phone. You got to go to Rumble itself, and you got to go down here to the chat. See, I have one. I have it already set up, ready to dance. Do these. I can do dance bananas. I just ate a banana. Diane said. What's this? Rumble on fire. Okay. Where is the banana? Here it is. Do a bunch of them together. And then they have some friends. I'm just hitting the face thing on my keyboard. Yeah, that's not right. You got to go in the chat here. It shows the option for. What's this? What's that? A Rumble hug. That's a Rumble hug. Nice. Here's a cheers to you all from Leonardo DiCaprio. Cheers. All right. Good luck, y'all. I just waited a little bit longer, see if maybe Kim jumped back over there, but we got Kayla and Diane both twice. Okay. Diane, your name just stuck together. Okay. There we go. Go on. You're not going to chew on any more spiders down here. I'm looking for chasing. Or maybe a spider cricket. Spider crickets are wicked. You guys know those? Those are crazy. Freaky too, man. They jump at you and... Oh, before I forget, just because if you guys would on the Rumble, hit that reshare. Repost or whatever it's called on Rumble. Here, I'll show you. You go over here, you can hit repost, and it takes you like I can post it to a channel. Oh, I wonder if I could just repost to channels instead of moving it. Interesting. You can post it to a channel or just to your profile. You can put in like it's required to say something about it, so you can just be like WTIF or something like that. And then you can repost. Boom. Yeah, give that a shot for me, would you? All right, good luck. Your bananas are hungry? I don't know that that's... I think his banana doesn't dance, John. It's not hungry. Oh, Joe, I'm sorry. I just saw your comment. My bad. Your phone's at 6%? Oof. Are you outside, bro? Are you still hunting? Are you working on the kill? I gotta get some more flour. I am about out. Kayla, are you here? Where you at? Where you at? Kayla, where you at? That's right. That's right, folks. Kayla's our winner today. Oh, Kim, in the last second you got over there to the... I'm sorry. Kim and Joe, feel bad that I didn't get you guys on there. But Kim, I haven't seen you on game night that much, but I think you have some tickets you can use or some coupons. Let me look. You got 15. You got 15 coupons, Kim. And Kayla now has 18. Now you have 18 with the new one. Alice gets one. Alice has 12 now. $18 for Kayla. Boom. Bada boom. Bada bing. I do need to get some mail going still, but we'll get that when we get that. Alright, everybody, if you haven't yet, smash that like button. And I hope you will follow the channel if you haven't done so. We got to do this. We got to try this raid first. I forgot about that. Let's try the raid because I got to do it, and it doesn't work. It hasn't worked yet, but we're going to try it. We're going to try it. Okay, let's go to the main page. Let's check it out. Let's see. We got Candace Owens is live. You got, let's see, some gamers. Finance and crypto. That's probably not a bad idea. Finance and crypto. Anyway, none of you have to watch any of this. I'm just going to dump us into a chat because I have to. Okay. So what I do is I take their URL, copy, see if we can get it to work. And come over here, we say /raid, and then we post the URL. Enter, and then I hit confirm. Once I hit this, you guys just have to, you can opt out at the top, but you can also go check out new places like this. I'll be using it more as I, make sure it works and stuff. I mean, things and stuff. So let's go. Let's give it a try. Raid confirmed. I'm gonna opt out on my side. You can opt out. Cool. It worked. Hey, all right. They're gonna be like, why'd this guy raid me? What's going on? Maybe not. I don't know. Looks like nobody left. Looks like everyone opted out. I hope it counted. I hope it counts as a raid. That's pretty interesting. I'm kind of excited about it, though, because this means that creators will be raiding other small creators, and so we'll be sort of growing amongst each other rather than hoping that, some bigger creator will share you or something like that. Yeah, this is a tool for us to grow in a way because it's required. Let's see. Let's look over here. Let's look over. Oh, it counted. 1. It says 1 already. Nice. Very cool. We've got 16 out of 20 chatters so far, unique chatters this month. We need 4 more. That won't be hard. We're at December 8th. Okay. Anyway, I won't bore you guys with all that. It's stuff I got to worry about, but it's looking good. It's looking good. Let's see. The number stayed at 11 though. Looks like everyone stayed here. Are you guys still here on the Rumble? Let's see. Okay. Let me do this real quick here while we're live still. Okay. Still didn't work. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Just quickly tell you guys about this new Perplexity plus Rumble Premium package. Right now, if you get Rumble Premium, you can also, they give you Perplexity with it. So looking for smart ways to browse and enjoy your favorite content without ads? Get the Perplexity Pro bundle with Rumble Premium just for $19.99 a month when you sign up before December 31st. Normally, it's $29.99 value. With Rumble Premium, you'll get an ad-free viewing experience across all your devices and access to exclusive premium content, no interruptions, just the videos and streams you love anytime, anywhere. Plus, Perplexity Pro boosts your productivity with unlimited research, unlimited uploads, exclusive member perks, and access to the latest and most advanced AI models for faster, smarter answers every day. Save 30% on this powerful bundle. Head to rumble.com/premium before December 31st to sign up and unlock your premium experience. Let's go. And thank you for the 33 cents, Perplexity. I'll take it before we go. I'm going to head over to Rumble. Come over and chill for it with us. We're going to watch some Kill Tony, maybe play a music video or two. And we'll be there in just a couple of minutes. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Indoor Farmer reviews for the Christmas in the Village. It also has a little twist. Christmas in the Village is at a museum which had a new exhibit for the Titanic. So randomly in the middle of the Christmas in the Village pictures and footage, we got a Titanic exhibit. So it's pretty fun. It's going to be interesting. We'll see you there. Remember, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer, check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro set up, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Waylon's here.
Got a deal. I'll run locals. We'll